guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Got acdc's new single, Through the Mist of Time. It's hard to say. So this one is pretty simple, nothing too challenging in it, but there's two distinct rhythm parts going on at all times for most of the track. And then we also got Angus's short but sweet solo, so we're going to take a look at that as well. Before I do, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Ring the notification bell so you know release a new video. You can like and comment on the video. It really helps to for YouTube to send it out to more people to find out about it, the algorithm. And if you really want to support as well what I do here on YouTube or anywhere else on the internet, the best way to do it is actually join my Guitar Academy. That's what keeps me alive. You'll see a link to it in the description below. That link will also give you a 7-day trial, free 7-day trial of the Academy as well. And if you don't know what the Academy is, it contains all my guitar courses, from complete beginner courses to more advanced courses on technique, improvisation, ear training, theory, guitar tone, and you get personalized support from me as well. So please click that link and go check it out. All right, so I am in standard tuning here. Now, we are going to be taking a look at this Angus's part first. And the first couple of times he plays this riff are slightly different than the rest of the times he plays it. So it looks like this. So that's kind of the variation. So what's going on there? So he's in the open A string while playing a melody on the D string. So they have the 11th fret there on the D, and every time you're picking this note, you have the open A string with it underneath it. Then he comes down and plays the 7th fret. So every single time I call out a melody note on the D string, keep in mind that the string below it, you're also going to be hitting open. So we have this 11 to 7. That's where the variation's at here. You'll see in a second. So we have this. And then you go straight slide into the 12th fret. So 12, 11, 9. So with this. Then here we go 7, 9 with the melody. To kind of starting over. Back to that 11. And then the same melody again. 11, 7, slide to 12, 11, then 9. So all together so far. All right, now when we start over, we're going to be doing this 7, 9 before the 11 and before the 12. So it was just those first two times of playing at the beginning of the song, he didn't do that. And then he continues to play it like this for the rest of the song. So we're always doing that 7, 9 leading to that 12. So it's kind of the same lick, the same thing besides that. So the 11, 7, 9, then slide to 12, 11, 9, then 7, 9 again. Just repeat. So when I'm letting a note kind of ring, see, I'm going back and hitting the open A, so it's got this kind of constant feel to it. So you're not always picking the melody note, right? It's not going. Not doing it like that. You're playing the melody and then going back and hitting the A string by itself a couple times. So you gotta kind of hear that melody. That timing, but fill up the spaces while hitting that open A by itself in between those notes. So we have this. Just keep in mind, whenever you're doing that melody note, you're still hitting the open A with it. So it's a little, you're hitting 2 strings there. All right, then it moves over to the same thing, but on 2 strings lower. So the melody is going to be on the G string. Oh, 1 string lower, I'm sorry. And with the open D in the bass. So other than that, it's the same thing. And he is, when he goes to this string, he has the D string open. He does let this ring out more. He's not muting as much. But other than that, it's the exact same melody. Then we take it back down to where we were before, a little bit more muted. Just kind of slightly palm muting down here. Then we take that same melody up a string. So this, you're going to move over to the 11th on the A string with a low E in the bass. Just do it once there. And then move it over real quick to the one with the D string in the bass. So just like that. Just once there, and then it takes us to the chorus. So really, when you got to that E, that's really the pre-chorus of the song when you get to that, with the other guitar parts doing that. So all together, so we have this. Takes us to the chorus. So that was the verse through the pre-chorus there for Angus's guitar parts. Now, what's going on underneath that? We have this. All right, so pretty basic stuff. We're just starting really kind of lightly on the A power chord, then to the D power chord, back to the A power chord. So we have this. And back to the A, and then quickly go over to the E power chord. Just the open E power chord. Just hit that a couple times. So altogether we have this. So that's really, whenever you hear this part on the A string, that's what's going on down here. All right, then when it switches to this, for Angus, we have this going on in the rhythm. So that's just the D chord to the kind of G power chord, which is really just a regular G major chord, but the note on the A string is muted. So just mute the A string. So it's just third fret on the low E, open D, open G, third on the B, third on the high E string. So this. That G once, then back to the D, to the A power chord. So we have this. Repeat. So remember, that's over the. So then when he goes back to the version up here with the A string in the bass, he goes back to the rhythm part under it is that again that we did before. And then here we're going to hold on this E power chord. After the second time through there, that's when we had this. So we move that melody down there on the lower strings. The guitar part is kind of hold this E power chord, and then to the D, which is going to be when we switch to here, the melody part. So the D chord, the same rhythm that we did there before. And then we get to the chorus, which both guitar players will be doing the same thing finally, which is just kind of an A power chord. F sharp power chord, so it's a power chord off the second fret of the low E string. And the E power chord again, just between this two. So that was kind of the ending that we have to the chorus. So we just have that A power chord, the F sharp. So the second ending, instead of going to that E there, we're going to go to that same little chord progression that we did over the. There, just run the D. And do that a couple times. All right, so then it goes from there. You can just kind of do that same. Kind of the verse rhythm, and then we go back with the Angus part. So it just basically goes back to the verse, pre-chorus, and chorus again. So nothing new there. And then we get to Angus's solo, which is pretty short, but it's over the verse. So it's over this word. So just over that. So let me play through his solo for you real quick, and then I'll show you how to play note for note. So here we go. All right, so pretty short. All we're doing here is we're playing, starting with the 7th fret there on the D string. And then pick it again real quick. And then jump up here. So that's bending at the 16th fret there on the G. And then play 17 on the B string. And then play 16 on G again. And bend that back up. And then what you do is lower this down a half step. So this is kind of like you're doing the whole step in, and then take it down to that half step, and then release it while you're picking it. Over to 16 on the D, and then 14 there on the G. So in context, we have the. All right, next phrase looks like this. So slowly, we're going to have a bend of the 15th fret there on the B string. And then we have 12, 15 on the high E string. So bend of the 15, then play 12, 15 on the high E string. And then we have the bend of the 15 again, over to the 12th fret on the high E again, then a bend of the 15 one more time, then play 15 on the B, 13 on the B, to 14 on the G. So this. And then we're going to end the phrase like that, which is going to be 15 on the B, 14 on the G, then 13 on the B, and 14 on the G. Let's slide that down. So we have this slow. All right, and now the last phrase looks like this. So that's a bend at the 12th fret on the high string. So it's kind of a step and a half bend. And then we're going to have this, which is 12 on the high E, kind of staccato. 12 on the high E, 16, 15 on the B. And then here, it's kind of odd sounding. You hear this note and you hear that note, but they kind of not hit at the same time. It's almost like he kind of rakes across these two notes. So it's just a 13 on the B, 14 on the G. So it's like that. And then we have this, which is 15 on the B to 14 on the G. So with this. And then just play 13, 15 a couple times into a bend of the 15 to end it. All right, and that's it for that solo there. And then we get back to the kind of the main riff again, just kind of one time through. Then it takes us to the chorus again, the same chorus we did before. And then how the song just ends is kind of a variation on the verse. Instead of Angus doing the and then under it, they're both kind of doing that lower version of it and just kind of in a more open sound. Just kind of ended it with A. So they're both kind of doing that riff down there and a little bit bigger sounding than it was obviously before. And they're just both kind of doubling up on it to close out the song. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a really nice song. It's got a great chorus in it, and it's got a great video for it too, so pretty sentimental stuff. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.